We are over here on the SDO AIA 171 space weather, and looking at these dark plasma filament beings. Hello. Hello. I'm a little late getting on here tonight. Actually, I'm a little tired, but it's okay. I'm resting. But I'm going to look at these filament beings right here because, some of these, I'm using my phone again because I like using my phone when I do this. These filament beings, some of them, they kind of remind me of snakes. They really do, especially like over in here, because it literally looks like at one point it literally makes contact and then more of it comes out. I really don't think that there's a lot of documentation on these. There's not enough, really. I don't think there's enough documentation that's being done on these on the sun right here, because they're really strange looking. Hello. I always like to see what they're up to, because I think they're always up to something when they're on the sun. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Just want to come over here and look at just a little of them, just for a little bit, just to see what they're up to on this sun. And you'll notice at the top, there is not very many at all at the top of the sun. It's like sometimes they have periods of where they're around a lot. A lot of them are active, and then some other times it's not. Like they're hardly even active, except only in certain areas on the sun, which is rather interesting. Someone is up late in France. Wow. Yeah. The sun goes down fast here. I think it won't be too long before it's like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock and the sun will have went down where we're at. Hello, Mystic Rose. Oh, 3D dodgeball. Never heard of that. A 3D dodgeball. Yeah, that was kind of weird right through there. I want to see if we can catch that again because it looked like something weird came down. Sometimes it does look like dragons, and sometimes it looks like serpents. It really does. I'm not going to say it doesn't because it really does at times. I think maybe. Yeah, you saw it. I wonder if let's see something, you all. Sorry I'm doing this with my phone. I'm just too lazy to get up and get on my computer. I really am. I want to go back 300 more days. If I just hit apply, it will, it has started over right there. and we'll be able to see more. They do look like hands and fingers. You just watched an episode of Squid Games? Oh my gosh. You know, that's violent. It really is violent, and I don't think it sets a good precedent for kids at all. I really don't. I haven't watched any of it, but I've heard that they go around and they teach. Well, they let you beat up other people, and like it's a game. You get to beat up people. That's wrong. It really is wrong. I'm waiting for this blinking to stop before I go up here and show this. Okay, I just wanted to see if there was more filaments on here, but there really isn't too much more activity that's showing up. It is horrible. It's awful. It's like having your child at a playground at school, and they lose, so they get beat up. That's kind of what it's like. You get beat up, and it's wrong. But that's the world we live in. They want to do stuff like that. Yeah, that's right. Depopulation. It's a lot like the Roman games, too. It's like a new Roman Empire wants to be birthed, is what it's like. And some people enjoy watching what you said. I'm sure they do. They love it, and they just can't wait. It's literally desensitizing people, is what it's doing. Desensitizing. Um, yeah, no, it's not. Yes, Brittany, honey, and it's sad, and we ain't seen nothing yet. We haven't seen anything yet, and that's too bad. It really is. Oh, see, I don't know much about that, whatever it is that you mentioned, and with the R, I don't. That's what. Yeah, they want that. Nothing happens by accident in politics or anything that you see. There's lots of propaganda taking place, a ton of it, a ton of propaganda to inflame people, to get people against one another, which is sad. They could promote, being nice to one another, but they don't want to. They really don't. You was thinking you wasn't normal due to all of your crying you've been doing lately, but you would never change. Yeah. I'm assuming there's no solar flares headed toward Earth because there's not very much of this dark filament on the sun. Yeah, love. There's not very much dark filament showing up on the sun at all. It's well, I'm being a little lazy. I'm not filming this on my big computer. Hello there, bang bang mucka bang. In fact, I thought I'm just gonna lay here and just relax, is what I said to myself. Lay here and relax and do nothing. Do nothing. Actually, it's cold also. It's pretty cold out. Well, it wasn't, well, just cold, damp, and dreary is what it is here. Yeah, relaxing. Today was the first day, oh, I guess in around 7 or 8 months that I actually got to take a nap in the afternoon for like 45 minutes. I actually took a nap, and it was so wonderful. I thought, wow. This is what it feels like to take a nap. It was pretty cool. I liked it. I did. Nobody interrupted me either. Yeah, bang, bang. Now, see, there's not much activity here either back in 2020. It's pretty quiet, except on the top part of the moon, actually. It's probably ships up there on the moon. You know, you can go back on these products pretty far, is what you can do to see if you can find activity, a lot of activity. I did. I think I needed it. I was so exhausted. Even though it's winter, I still have a lot that goes on, a whole lot. And I don't like that, but it's nothing I can really do about it. Yeah, I'm going to do this in the month of July. You know, you can go back almost till 2008 on these products, but certain months that you go back on, they don't allow you to have that data, is what they don't allow. Um, yeah, there is a temperature drop, and you know, when I was coming home this evening, it was so dark. The sky was so dark in the city. It was like black, pitch black. But as I got on the country road, the sky was brighter. And I thought, how strange. That's the city, and it's don't do that to us because we don't like you blinking like that. You all, this doesn't want to be nice. It's blinking. It doesn't want us to look at it. That's why it's blinking. Looks like it's a little angry and its mouth is twisted. It really does. If you look at it, it looks like it's got an eye here and an eye here, and its mouth is twisted. And it's not really moving fast at all. You can't really see these filaments. Well, there is a lot of filaments on here. This is the year um, 2011. I don't wonder what was going on in 2011. They don't look like they're moving too much. That looks kind of strange. They're just barely moving. They're barely moving back then. That's kind of strange. Although there is a lot of them. There is quite a bit. I know the time change is wild, and you think, okay, I want to go to bed. It's so dark, but it's really yeah, they're barely moving at this time stamp. Maybe they coming out of hibernation. It's snowing in Africa. Oh wow, that's really interesting. Uh, Time is speeding up. Well, I don't think time is on our side at all. If you think about time, I think we're kind of running out of time. We really are. Hello in Brazil. Yeah, I was just showing, trying to see if there's different times that this plasma, this filament on the sun, if they got darker at certain periods than they did others. Hello, bang, bang, maka bang. So I had just like did this drop down menu right here. But I had to bring this up to see it because I went back to 2012 or 2011. Because there's really not much activity happening right now at 20, 2021. I know I'm not going to go to 2022 because 2022 is not here yet. Um, but I want to go back to July and see what happened there. Hello, Susan. You've been listening to live stream about vehicles driving into. That's terrible. Ah, they debated on taking a second off of our 60-minute count. Well, that's changing time. I did see somebody said, Gina, did you look at NASA and the something about the future? And back in 2014, they had a timetable of what they hoped to see by 2025, and it was augmented humans. You would have an implant in the side of your head, and you would be able to have remote, a typical day in the life of someone who worked at AI at NASA. You'd have an implant in the side of your head that would help you to. It would translate a different language to you immediately, is what it would do, and you would have in your eye. You'd have like screens. You open your eye, and you have like you look at a computer or something, and you would join other people in virtual environments. That would be your workspace. A virtual environment is what they said. So really AI symbiosis. One with AI, which is not nice. Yeah, it's in the future, you all. And they like to get the millennials, is what they want. That's really like the first generation that really grew up with computers. You could rewind your past. It's like you've seen that thing where the guy comes back from the past looking for Sarah Connor to try to save her before they try to kill her or something like that. They're seeing something in 3 different states. I've seen these jump off the sun. Now, if these literally jump off the sun, and they have, um, and they go off into space, what's to stop them from going into the sky? You seen them, how they do that? There'll be like a big solar flare, and they will jump off the sun, and then you won't see them no more because they disappear off the screen. I think that they also get into the clouds in the sky, is what I think they do. And then what if they can take on different forms? What if they can take different shapes? These right here. Because they really could. They could take on different shapes, is what they could do. I want to come over here to this other product too. There's another product that NASA has that, I don't know if it's this one. And I don't think it's really this one right here because it doesn't really show very much. It's got that grid on it. It's got that grid on it. It's, I don't know if it's that one. No, NASA has done something to their product so you can't really see really good details. Maybe, no, see this one doesn't really do too much either. They've they've messed their products up because you can't get a good detail. Well, something just literally jumped off of that on the side. Let's see this, you all. See, that's 2014. So no, Gina, honey, you can't look at that. That is from 2014. You know, they stopped a lot of their products in 2014, some of their good products, and you can't look at them. Maybe it's the SDOAIA. Um, Maybe perhaps it's this one. Let's see. You have to first come down here and you have to, if you can find your little button to push, you push that button and it's going to blink on you. And then once it blinks, well, you can just stop it. And you want to go back. If you want to get the most for your watching time, just go ahead and hit 300 and then do 20 frames. And because it gives you all the frames that they have available for their time period is what it does. You just got to wait for it to load is what you got to do. And that's all right. You just don't want to watch it blinking because when it starts blinking, you want to have this pointed. We're going to look right here because it's going to start blinking, you all, is what it's going to do. Now, I really couldn't think of anything to share tonight, so I thought I'm going to go over here to the NASA products because they got some pretty colors, whether you like them or not. Okay, whether you agree with what they share or not, they do have some pretty colors to look at. And you know, sometimes their colors are very healing. They are. This red looks kind of, I wonder what they're trying to hide when it's blocked out like that. Because it's going to be blocked out in a spot. Christmas something. What NASA does is they take the same product and then they put different filters on them and make them look a little bit different is what they do. Which is, it's all right, I guess. It's all right. It's something different to look at. It's a little bit all right, not too all right at all. So this is that thing. That's a big ship is what it is. It's a great big ship. Let me zoom this up. I can't see what I'm doing. I just want to hit the play button until it does its little blinking. See, you see those ships. That's a big ship, and then you can see the other ships that are coming up to that. It's not really a planet at all. It's not. But if you wanted to see it moving faster, we can see it moving faster, and I want to see it moving faster. Is what I'd like to. Oh my gosh, Gina, what are you doing? You all, somebody told me I need to learn to use a screen recorder because I was filming this with my from my laptop. They said, Gina, you need to learn how to use a screen recorder because I was doing this, and I do know how to use a screen recorder, but sometimes I like to just get on my laptop like this and do this like this. I do. And it's all right. I can do it. If you're all just coming in, I'm just over here just looking at some of these NASA products. Yeah, that's right, Brittany, honey. It doesn't bother me either because I do know how to use a screen recorder and a green screen and then some. I know how to use a lot more things and than people think I do. And I'm not as clueless as some people think I am. They just like to think of some people as they don't know what they're doing. That's all right. I always keep them guessing. We can keep them guessing is what we can do. Totally guessing. Let's see if we can get this going across here. Now, see, this is not going to give you the detail that my share the screen would, because this does, it literally is, looks like it's inching its way across the sky, really is what it does. It looks like it's inching its way across the sky like a robotic thing. It really does. Robotic. If you watch this, if you go over to the NASA and you watch this, it literally looks like it rotates around the center, kind of like the sun, how it was rotating backwards. If I can even find this, it either looks like it's rotating that way or then this way. Some way like that is what it does. And it's all right. One time I tracked this right here. It took a month. It took a month for it to get away from the airspace around the sun, is what it seemed like. It took a whole entire month to make its way from one side to the other. And it got stationary in one point and it just stayed there for like a week or so. It just barely moved. Um, this is around the time frame. I wonder what if this, somebody said something when I said it was around 8 years ago that Comet Ison came around, and someone said I and sun, the I and sun, SON. I thought that's kind of interesting. And the other time I did document this thing right here, one that looked just like this, it like grew longer extensions on it. It did. The more it moved, the longer the extensions got, which was strange also. Um, yeah, Shelly, honey, it's no, it's neat looking. It really, this right here just now popped in my mind. It reminds me of those computer games you would play, like the old Atari games and stuff, I guess. I think this is a ship right here, is what I think it is. Some people say that it's a planet, but I really don't think it is. Yeah. But there's many theories out there. There's lots of theories that one can think of. It just like slowly moves. There is a lot of ships that are also flying around the airspace where it's at. And then there's just a lot of stationary objects also that are See, they don't move. You got some objects that are completely stationary, just going across the view screen. And then you have other objects that are literally showing up, larger ones. Yeah, it looks like Tetris. I've never played the game. It's a game that I don't think I'd want to play because I don't really like playing games. Because that means you got to sit still and do things. The only game I really ever played or done was like a not crossword puzzle, a seek and find. Seek and find. When I was younger, I would do some seek and finds. I liked doing those. But I haven't done those probably around 20 years or so. Did I just see a cube? Or no? No, I didn't. Carbon Building Creations. Yeah. I'm not sure if the other product up here has picked it up yet. Like this. I think this is like 2 days behind. Let's see how many days behind this one is. It's stuck on 18. It should have already moved, but it hasn't. This one right here, if I can push the button, it hasn't really moved. Still stuck on 18. And it's not going to show anything coming over here on the screen. This one's kind of boring looking at times, is what it is. And that's kind of boring looking. It's too blah for me. That's why I don't like to really show this one very much. It doesn't have very much color to it. Oh, that sounds silly, you all. It really does. Hey, something is missing from one of these. I think something's missing on the other one. Let me go look. I really think it might be. I better push the play button because I think the docking station is missing from here. I didn't see it. It normally is like right over here, the docking station. So I really do want to know why it's not there. Well, I got to push the play button because I want to see where the last time the docking station was seen. Let me zoom this up. We've got to go back. When was the last time they showed that docking station? Because it should not have disappeared. It only disappears for certain reasons. When there's a big ship around us, it really will disappear. Okay, you all, I gotta set up so I can see this. This is such poor etiquette for doing a live stream, you all. It really is. But no, I don't want you all looking at that. I'm trying to find out where I gotta put this up here so you can see this until this quits blinking because I want to know where the docking station went. When the last time that it was seen. Okay, there it is right there. There's the docking station. Okay, they covered it up with that flame. Okay, that's what it was. That plasma literally covered it up, is what happened. Okay, so it's still there. They had me going for a minute. But no, it really did look like it did disappear. So, it literally did. It looked like it disappeared for a moment. Let me, I know this looks awful large. I gotta shrink this down. I want to see if I can drag this. Okay, yeah, they made it disappear. You see what had happened? You can see it right here. I'm sorry about the screen showing up on here, you all. I don't like it when it does that. I really don't. Um, let me do this for you. I've got to be able to get down here and move this arrow right here. Okay, yeah, they made it disappear. See? Notice when it disappears, the bottom of this black object, that's what they call the sun, it changes. Where is my thing? This part right here literally goes inside. It closes up. This right here disappears. This closes up is what happens. See, it closed up. If I shrink it a little bit more, we can see the rest of what the rest of it is doing at the same time. Okay, so that's what it did. It went inside. It stayed inside. So something's going on to make it go inside. I guess it's protecting itself or something, because it's certainly not outside the sun anymore. Okay. So that's interesting. See, you can always notice that when it is gone, the sun will do something. This thing they call the sun, I think sometimes I think is a ship that's inside of there. I really do. I think it's like a ship controlling it. Look at that. So it may be back in a few hours, maybe. But then let's think about this. It's still this timestamp right here. So it's gone at 1800. It's gone shortly after midnight. Right before midnight. Was that the full moon, you all? No, it wasn't. Did you think it went in because of the full moon? Whenever the full moon was, or whatever it was, the eclipse? What was that date? Something went on. Yeah, because it's gone. And they stopped this. The eclipse something major happened, and that's why it went in there. It didn't want to be out. 2 days ago was the blood moon. Well, this is the 21st, so around the 19th. Maybe it went in because of energy or something. Okay. But you can see it certainly went in, and the sun itself, around the ring around the sun, closed up. The blood one was on the 19th, so yeah. You know what's neat about this? It has this area also right here that literally vibrates a whole lot. It's just this, it's like a notched out area right there. That's what makes me think that this right here is like a ship or something behind it, some kind of mechanism behind it, is what I think, because sometimes I've seen things coming out of that area too. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, that docking station disappeared. And I don't know if they're updating this or not yet, because it's 19, 20, 21. It's around 2.5 to 3 days behind schedule is what it is. Can I move that? Yeah, I moved it. Don't see anything else. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you all. This thing right here is making me tired. It really is. So I am going to go, but you can come over here and you can check out this iswa.gsfc.nasa.gov. And if you want to look at the specific timestamp when the stereo ahead core 2 when that docking station right here, when it went in, and see if you can find any other correlations with it. You know, at one time, a long time ago, it used to be on the other side of the sun, all the way over here. I was able to bring out all the ships that were docked on it one morning. Not one morning, one late one night. All the other ships that were docked on that docking station right there. It was pretty cool, you all. Did you ever see that video of the docking station? Um, that was on the other side of the sun. If I can find it. I have to, let me see if I can find it really fast. If I can't, I won't. But I did. I took a whole bunch of screenshots and I went through a lot of stuff to try to find the best way to bring that docking station out. And I did. I brought out the ships that were docked to it. I just got to find it. It's on here somewhere. If I can find it. If I can't, then I'll show it another time. But I'm sure you've seen it if you've looked at my videos. I have one specifically on the docking station around the sun. Is what I have something on. I'm getting myself distracted, you all. I was supposed to be looking at that docking station and not playing around on here, which seems what I'm doing. I'm playing around a little bit, you all. Just as a moment. Ein momento, ein momentum, un momento, something like that. Yeah, I'm not going to find it, you all. I could be flipping through this thing all day long and just making distractions for myself, okay, found it. Proved it. Okay, I found it. So yeah, this is the docking station when it was on the other side of the sun, right there. And I was actually able to bring out these ships. Right there, that's what it looks like. Right now, you know, when we look at it, it's just total white, but this is what I was able to bring out, was this, you remember that? Oh, I was so excited that day. I was so excited to bring that image out. You can see it was right there on the other side of the sun. It took me a long time to find a screen, one of the frames that was good enough to try to bring it out. It's okay. And it really did. It was like a docking station. See, it's got some notched ships in it, and it's like the kind I've documented right there. So if you've ever seen this photo, it was the one that I worked. And I decided it was a docking station. But yeah, it was neat when I saw those notched ships right there. Yeah. Yeah, the inverted images really did really well. I was really happy. That was a major pivotal point too, see, because you can see it used to be over there for the longest time on the other side of the sun, right there. And then all of a sudden, I can't remember what year, but it literally pivoted to the other side, and there it stayed on the other side of it. Oh, let's see. So it used to be over there in 2009. So I guess sometime afterward it went to the other side. And then when it did, this right here the sun literally rotated over there also, and that's why it is in that position over here now, because it rotated with it. This is pretty cool, you all. It really was real exciting. It didn't take me that long, so that's all right. It did not take long at all to get over to it. Ta-da! Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I was just trying to see what kind of images. I tried to put different screenshots to see if I could get different images out of it at times. I was. I didn't have nothing else to do. I didn't. Yeah. Boom. Well, people say the sun's a portal, and the ships do come in and out of it, okay? And beings, a lot more than ships come in and out of it, is what it is. A lot more than ships. Oh, this is one of the ships right there. I didn't know I had that, but I do. Yeah, here's that full photo. Look at that, you all. I was only able to get the upper part because of the light that showed up on it. Boom. Yeah, it's pretty neat. These were all the screenshots that I had taken of it and tried to work. See, and now it's over here on that side. Just like that. As of 2020, I guess. Probably before then. So I think I will go, you all. And I'll stop right here at that docking station that disappeared. It's gone now. I think it went into the sun as of the wee hours of the 18th, and maybe to come out in a day or so. It might. You never know. Maybe a few hours once they release that footage. But I am gonna go. Oh my goodness, you all. I apologize for yawning on here. I am gonna go. Thank you all for sticking around, and yeah, you're so very welcome. I like looking at this docking station. Yeah. So yeah. Um, Thank you all for coming on here. Thank you, moderators, for all that you've done. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful evening. And yeah, I was able to stay on here longer than I anticipated, you all. It's wonderful. That's great. I hope you have a good night's sleep or a good rest of your day, whatever it is. And I will see you all again tomorrow. Love you.